Coming up on today's news episode, the next TNT unfinished business driver announced, a fan favorite indie show returning, and a monster truck legend passes away. All of this is coming up, but first it's time for our quick weekend roundup. We start off with Arena Series East, as the point situation starts to heat up. Despite winning 3 out of the 4 overall event championships from the weekend, Amanda Castro has yet to overtake Cody Saucier in points. Weston Anderson would prevent Castro from sweeping the overalls by winning Show 2's overall event championship. Speaking of Weston, he's only 7 points behind Castro, 29 points behind the leader, Cody Saucier. Brianna Mahan still takes the fourth position on the tour with 285 points. Arena Series East will have an off week and return February 18th to February 20th in Worcester. Arena Series Central would make their next stop in Belmont Park at the UBS Arena for the very first time. Interestingly, for each show, there would be a different overall event champion. Elvis Linus at Show 1, Zach Garner at Show 2, Blake Granger at Show 3, and Tony Ox at Show 4. Kristen Anderson still leads the tour in points, however Elvis Linus finally manages to jump in second position after weeks of bad luck. Tony Ox moves down to third, but is not far behind Elvis Linus. And speaking of not far behind, Blake Granger is only 6 points behind Tony Ox. With this upcoming weekend in Pittsburgh, the championship chase is to only heat up more from here. Arena Series West returned this week to Fargo at the Fargo Dome. Fans would see 2 shows that were almost exclusively dominated by Brandon Vincent in Gravedigger. That's right, bar the donut competition and Show 2's freestyle win, it would be Brandon Vincent winning everything else. With that, he continues to extend his gap between him and Tristan England. Not much has changed with points other than Travis Murray and Bernard Light tying up, both residing in 4th place on the tour with 239 points. This weekend, they will head to Denver, Colorado from February 11th to February 13th. Stadium Championship Series Red would visit Tampa, Florida at Raymond James Stadium, home of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Show 1 would be much of what we have seen from the tour, bar from a few standout performances from the likes of Nick Pagliarulo, Ryan Disharoon, and Cynthia Gauthier, who won the freestyle competition and took Lucas Stabilizer to its first victory of the season. Show 2, however, is one of the best shows of this year. With Todd LeDuc finally winning racing and an overall event championship to the surprise wins of Ryan Disharoon in skills and Nick Pagliarulo in freestyle, Tampa Show 2 and Tampa in general was a show to remember. Adam Anderson leads the tour with 168 points, and 5 points behind him is Tom Mance. Todd LeDuc continues to climb the leaderboard with a 3rd place spot. And impressively, Cole Vernard locks out 4th place on the tour with 133 points. This week, Minneapolis' US Bank Stadium will be the battlegrounds for the tour this weekend, February 12th and February 13th. And finally, we end off with Stadium Series Yellow. Like Tampa, this weekend in Houston were a pair of shows to remember. The new paperclip style really brings out the best of every driver, and Ryan Anderson continues to show why he is a force to be reckoned with, adding 2 racing wins, 1 skills win, and 1 overall event championship to his track record. Tyler Manninger continues to impress by winning skills, freestyle, and the overall event championship at Show 2. But of course, the moment of the weekend was Craig Champion winning against Caleb Blood and Corey Rummel. Okay, in all seriousness, the actual highlights of the weekend was the freestyle competition. Every freestyle looked like a planned routine, from Charlie Porkins' almost consecutive backflip to Tyler Manninger and Ryan Anderson's insane hang time to Camden murdering another axle. Anderson sits on top of the point still, with Manninger trailing not too far behind. Charlie Porkin has impressively moved all the way up to 3rd place, while Camden Murphy and Byron Musawa share 4th place, tied with 218 points. Stadium Championship Series Yellow will venture to Glendale's State Farm Stadium, and if the track is anything of a giveaway for how this weekend will go down, then you'll want to be sure you are there on February 12th. Well, that is it with the weekend roundup, but it's not the end of this episode. It's now time for the news, our first story. As up first, the next competitor announced for TNT Unfinished Business. The 5th driver and truck for the TNT Unfinished Business show has finally been announced. Dave Wieczorek will be piloting Nightlife. Wieczorek is known for his days in TNT Motorsports events during the late 80s and early 90s, while also competing in a handful of Pender Point Series events. With 5 trucks and drivers to be announced, it begs the question, who will be the 6th and final driver? Most fans like to point out that David Morris in the Equalizer would be a surprising but very good choice. Nonetheless, it's going to be an exciting event no matter who the 6th and final driver is. Unfortunately, there is some heartbreaking news to report, as Monster Truck legend John Moore, co-owner and driver of the No Problem Monster Truck, passed away this past Tuesday. No Problem was a Ford Bronco truck with the husband and wife duo teaming together to run the truck. The truck would have multiple additions over the years, evolving from its Leafer days with the 79 Ford Bronco body to the more modern-looking 89 Bronco body that would be used for the second rendition of No Problem. It would even be used in the Knight Rider 2010 TV show from 1994, and shortly after would be sold. Moore would be inducted into the International Monster Truck Hall of Fame last year. Our condolences go to Heidi and the Moore family. To end today's news video is the return of the Evansville Summer Smash event. This event is a fan favorite amongst the community, and this week's announcement regarding the lineup has fans excited. Evansville, Indiana will see the likes of Reptoid, War Wizard, Bounty Hunter, Scarlet Bandit, Avenger, Rage, Brutus, Spike, Black Stallion, Taurus, Overkill Evolution, and Higher Education. Drivers have not been named yet, but some are fairly obvious. Still, Evansville always gets 2 incredible shows, regardless of the lineups. Look no further than 2021 or the 2022 shows. It's on par with the likes of MAP Motorsports shows or Mid-America Outdoors. MonsterTalk will provide an update with the list of competitors once they are announced. What do you make of this? Leave your thoughts in the comments down below, and I'll see you all soon with some more Monster Truck content.